Hello and welcome to the Celebration Space. My name is Kaylee Phelps and this is take 2 of trying to talk about organizing your car. I'm hoping that this stays successful since I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm just out in my car right now. But I wanted to talk about this because I feel like I've talked about it in other videos that a lot of the places that get messiest are transitional places. So that could be your bag or your purse, that could be your car, that could be the entryway to your home, just places where you have things going on and maybe you don't look at them all the time and you have a lot going on. So I wanted to talk about this today. Tyler and I just went on a long road trip over the past week and we transitioned. He traded cars with his parents, so we did a great job organizing all of his items from his previous car into his new vehicle. So I'll definitely be including some of those photos when I do this blog post and post up on social. But I also wanted to talk about some of the techniques that I use that I've developed over the years to keep my car nice and organized and tidy. So just a little bit of background for me is that I went to college at Loyola University, Chicago. I loved it there, and I lived in Rogers Park, which is the most northern neighborhood of Chicago. And while I was there, there was some crime. So really, when I was there over the summers, and I would bring my car back and park it on the street so I could go back to Michigan on the weekends when I wasn't working at my internships. I would park my car in the street, and I developed a habit of really just never leaving anything in my car that I wouldn't want taken from my car. And even more so, I never left anything in my car that I wouldn't want taken from my car visible within my car. So that really developed something where I was able to prioritize what exactly I truly need in this vehicle, and then also find a way to keep it really organized and also a way to hide things as I was going along. I also want to note that I do want to talk about some safety tips, especially for women traveling by themselves, especially if you're at a gas station and you are traveling by yourself. We're going to talk about making sure that your items or any signs that you're traveling solo are always hidden so that nobody can really see your vulnerabilities while you're on the road. So that's a little bit of context on here. I have you set up on my phone stand, which is a must for me. I am not necessarily the most, directionally adept person. So I always have, and I also live in Atlanta. So I always have my directions, my maps on my phone going, and Georgia is a hands-free state. So I never have my phone in my hands while I'm driving. It is always up where you are right now. So that's a must for me. And I'm just going to walk through crazy times. I also keep some hand sanitizer spray. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fandangle this. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to figure out the angles on this one, but that's where I keep that on this side. I like to keep my napkins on the driver's side, and I like to keep them out of the glove box, mostly because if I'm going to spill something, there's always going to be a driver in the car, even if it's not me, and I want to be able to grab those items really quickly to be able to clean up my mess. So rather than having my napkins in my glove box over there and reaching over while I'm trying to drive, I like to keep them nice and accessible right there. So that's really most of the stuff that's in the front area of this, and then back here in my center console, I have some mints and the Sacred Heart of Jesus. My mom always gives it to me every year to make sure that I'm protected while I'm driving. And then in this console, it's a bit of a hike, so I'll bring out some of those items. I have a big flashlight, and this also breaks windows if I need it, in case I'm in an accident. Also a headlamp in case I am driving at night and need to be able to, get out and have that headlamp. An extra pair of sunglasses in case I have a passenger or anyone in the car that needs them. These are pretty old, pretty crummy, but they get the job done. And then just some extra things for my phone, holder upper. I'm not sure. I guess it would be, I'm blanking on the word right now, but what holds my phone when I drive. So I have some extra things for that, and then I also have some glass cleaner little things. So that's everything that's in that center console. In my glove box, I really only keep my registration and then also my my user manual for the vehicle. So I like to keep both of those in there, but nothing else, just so that if I do get pulled over, there's no confusion for getting the items that I need at that time. The last item that I have up front here is my atlas. So it's giant. It's in between the seat, the passenger seat, and the console. As you can tell, I don't get it out very often, but it's a big atlas. And really it has maps of all over the country. It's for if for some reason my phone dies and my charger isn't working and I need to get from point A to point B. Thank goodness this car has tracking to tell me if I'm going north, south, east, or west. My previous car did not have that technology. So really that is everything up front, and I have nothing in my back seat. So we are going to go to the trunk so that you can see just some of the things that I use and that I think are essential, especially if you're a woman traveling by yourself. So I keep nothing in my trunk as well, and if I do something with my trunk, I put this case over it. So that makes sure that if anyone is going to see me traveling alone, they don't know that I have bags with me, they don't know that I'm traveling by myself, and also if I park my car somewhere for a little bit of time, nobody knows that I have bags in here. It really just looks like a blank space in the back. And then I do keep some other items right under this area of the trunk. And that is, I have a big jacket back there. I have a couple reusable bags for going to the grocery store. It's always good to keep those on hand. Some jumper cables, and my spare tire is under there along with different things. A snow scraper, which you don't need so much in Georgia, but I do have it there. I think that having some other things, I know a lot of people will keep a first aid kit in their car, which I think is really smart. I keep some first aid items in my purse, so if I'm normally going on a longer trip, I always have them with me. But that's really all the essentials I keep in here. Mostly just, I think this is the most minimalistic space that I actually have. And it's mostly because of living in Chicago and making sure that I didn't have anything out and about that anyone would even be tempted to take. It also just helps so that if I am driving day to day, I have the things I need in case of emergency. I have the things that I need as far as my glasses, my sunglasses, my charger, and anything. And then if I'm going on a longer trip like Tyler and I were, I don't keep any snacks in here. I keep those mints, but mostly because of the Georgia heat, you also, depending on your location, don't want to have any items that are going to melt in the heat or freeze over on the flip side. So just keeping in mind what you have in your car. And also there is something cool that actually came with my car, is that there are these hooks that flip around that if you wanted to put any kind of games for kids or a tote bag or a trash bag or anything back there, I think that's really smart and a good thing to have on hand. Usually when I am in the car, I will just keep the same bag or the same cup and put trash in there, and I take trash out every single time that I get out of the car. Also, it helps keep any smells down in your car if you don't have any trash in it, especially if there is any remaining food in it. Another way that I keep my car clean is that once a week or whenever I get gas, usually, I just shake off the mats inside. So that just kind of gets the first layer of dirt off. It's usually the passenger side is pretty easy. It's usually the driver's side that's usually messy, just because someone's always going to be on this side. But rather than doing one big disgusting vacuum, you can kind of mitigate some of that dirt as you go. So I hope that this was helpful to keep some of your items, know what I find essential and how to stay a little bit more minimalistic. Make sure that while you're on the road by yourself that you always keep things covered, and just give some perspective to keeping your car organized. I am going to post some pictures of my car and also Tyler's car, which has some more items in it and some more insight into how to organize those items. I might do another video just on his car, especially since I know this one went in and out a little bit on the connectivity. But I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, enjoy celebrating today.